anything to do with the law, you will be in my government because you are a very smart guy. You started in ODM, even though you ran away, but you know politics is interesting. Now we are both in broad-based, so you should have just stayed in ODM. But having said that, Mr. Speaker, I support this bill, but even in supporting, actually just before Honorable Sukuli spoke, I was Googling and looking very specifically at the wordings of Article 172 1D that provides that the Judicial Service Commission shall prepare and implement programs for the continuing education and training of judges and judicial officers. Mr. Speaker, I think I agree with Honorable Sunkuli that when we say that this bill is giving effect to that article, then we run into headwinds constitutionally. I would suggest that you either go quiet and provide that it is just providing for training, because then it doesn't, Article 172 1D, yeah, gives opportunity for the Judicial Service Commission to train, but it does not stop anyone else from training. So you can set up a body for training, but Judicial Service Commission can also train. But having said that, the other way to go about it is to make it a body of the Judicial Service Commission, so that the people who are in the board are members of the Judicial Service Commission. And the reason I'm saying this is one of the issues that I've already picked here is I don't see the representation of the Law Society of Kenya, because many of the people who serve as judicial officers are also members of the Law Society of Kenya. And because of that, the Law Society of Kenya has an interest. And actually, the people who appear before the judiciary, members of the Law Society of Kenya. Yes, I'll allow you to inform me.
Yes, Honorable Mutuse.
Mr. Speaker, I wanted to refer the Honorable Millie to Section 6 of the proposed bill. The administration of the Academy shall vest on a board of directors which shall consist of a chairperson appointed by the Commission from among members of the Commission, B, the Chief Registrar, C, a member of the Association of Judges and Magistrates elected by the members of the Association, D, a member of the Association of Judicial Staff nominated by the Association, E, one person who teaches law in a public university nominated by the universities, F, one person who teaches law in a private university nominated by private universities, G, and of importance, emphasis, an advocate of not less than 10 years experience nominated by the Law Society of Kenya, for your information, H, Secretary to the Council of Legal Education, and I, Director General of the Academy, who shall be the Secretary to the Board and shall not have a right to vote. Important, it is a body of the JSC because the chairperson is a commissioner of the JSC and the LSK as a representative.
Thank you, Chair. I wish to thank the Honorable Member for the information, especially on the Law Society, which I think because I'm wearing glasses today I missed. So I do agree with you that the LSK is there, but the composition here just tells you it's not Judicial Service Commission. And I'm glad you've read it out because it shows you two representation from the Judicial Service, which is the Law Society and the chairperson. So I would just want to request the committee that improving a bill, there's no problem in improving a bill. Please take our word seriously. Perhaps if you go to the judiciary, they might turn a blind eye to this because it's for the judiciary, but really it is actually, we are doing something that, sort of against the law, really. We should look at, you know, because I think all of us are agreed that the judiciary needs an academy where we train judges and judicial officers, but let us just provide within that framework. Either don't make reference to Article 172 1D, then it will be a body separate from the judicial service, or just replicate the Judicial Service Commission and just say that it will be, you know, a training unit under the Judicial Service Commission. But again, I know there is an issue that Honorable Sunkuli is saying that due delegate by Well, actually, it doesn't apply here. If you actually make it a body of the Judicial Service Commission, then the issue that he was raising does not apply. But I'm encouraging the legal committee, please look at that so that you don't get into unnecessary handwits, over things that are not important. On substance, we agree. And why do we agree? Because it's not just the judiciary, even in parliament. We have continuous training for members of parliament. And because there are many, many emerging issues that are not foreseen and that we deal with every time, issues of climate change, for instance, those were unforeseen. When we grew up, those were not major issues. Now they are there. Issues to do with the technology, Mr. Speaker. I was just amazed yesterday. I was up until 1 a.m. Doing amendments to various bills. But, Mr. Speaker, my time was shortened because of technology. If it was long, long time ago, Mr. Speaker, I would have been sitting for, I think, 2 more weeks, just bringing amendments. But technology now, so long, for instance, one of the things that I see scholars are having challenge with is AI. And we must learn to, accommodate AI because technology is changing the way we think and the way we operate. I feed it the right questions, it gives me the correct answers. A lot of the amendments I brought came in through AI. I fed it information, and it gave me things from international conventions and all. I don't need to sit and read 50 conventions that have to do with the training. But you see, because we are not used to that, because we have that traditional mentality, we will challenge it because we are not used to technology. And that's why we need training. The other issue is globalization, that is changing the way we are relating with other people all over the globe. We need training on impact of globalization on us. There was a challenge that I'm seeing lawyers are dealing with on the issue of alternative dispute resolution. I'm sure some of you have seen it. And this has been a preserve of lawyers alone. And now we are seeing others who are coming in who are not lawyers, and the lawyers are complaining. How do you deal with that? And how do you move forward even if you are the judiciary? The issue of what, I would call it misogyny and all that, many of us have put in a lot of time and effort training others. Mr. Speaker, because my time was taken, could I please just be added 2 more minutes? Just 2 more minutes, Mr. Speaker.
No, you allowed yourself to be informed. You may proceed.
No, Mr. Speaker, but it is allowed under the standing orders, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, we have undertaken training in the past, even for others on issues of gender and mainstreaming. But because of technology that is now even teaching others about new things, Mr. Speaker, then it means we are untraining others through technology. Is it possible? That is why it's important that we have training that one can refresh us. We also have issues of ethics and integrity. Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, I have only one more thing to add. It will be maybe 2 lines.
Please give 1 more minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the last thing that I'd want to say is that as a country, we need to challenge ourselves. Every single institution has an academy or training, but we are not changing what is happening with us as a country. We went to Botswana, and we were trying to do benchmarking in Botswana. And they told us, but we were trained in Kenya. They were trained in Kenya, and we are going there to benchmark. I would want to say the way the Bible tells the Galatians, foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you? Foolish Kenyans, who has bewitched us? Why are we doing all these trainings and we can't change? And those issues of values that we are talking, we need to train our children. Let it start with us as adults. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I want to support.
Honorable Wilberforce Oundo.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for the